My beloved child, when darkness is not the end, recognize my hand in your pain and waiting. I will not let you slumber any longer, just one more heartbeat, and you will see the great sign I have placed right before you. Do not mistake it for a dead end, for in truth it is a wake-up call inviting you into a deeper journey with me. There are long nights when you feel as if every prayer has been swallowed up, leaving only a cold, unbroken silence. Yet right there, within that very darkness, I am whispering to guide your heart even though you do not perceive it. Do not be quick to think that silence is the final word, for sometimes it is the way I open a new beginning for you. You see, darkness has never been the finisher. It is but a thin veil hiding my quiet workings. When you look around and find yourself lost, remember that your steps are still held firmly in my hands. Silence is not abandonment, but an invitation to go deeper, to listen more closely, and to find me at the hidden depths of faith. I understand how pain makes you doubt everything. Yet my child, suffering is not a wound I neglect, but the chisel by which I shape your soul into a new form. Every tear that falls does not vanish into the void. It is a seed I plant, destined one day to bloom into hope. Do not measure life only by the present moment, for I am painting a masterpiece you have not yet seen in full, and then there will come a time when you must stand still and wait. Waiting is not a waste. It is the season in which the hidden soil nourishes the seed of faith. Patience is the school where you are trained to receive blessings at the exact moment I have prepared. If you rush ahead, you will miss the greater gift I am shaping for you. Let waiting become the wings that lift you, not the chains that drag you down. You have often thought that my silence meant I had turned away, but darkness is not an empty void. It is where I wait for you to step in deeper so you may hear my faintest whisper. Do not let the feeling of hearing nothing make you abandon faith. In your loneliness, I am still counting each tear, steadying each step, so you will know that silence itself is another language of love. There are times you cry out in the night, and only a chilling stillness replies. You see me as a stranger, merely watching your suffering from afar. But my child, it is that very silence which lashes awake, a heart fallen asleep in pride or confusion. I allow the darkness to envelop you, not to end your life, but to teach you to stop relying on your eyes and to begin trusting with your heart. If everything were always bright, you would never need me. But in the fog, you learn to reach for my hand and hold it fast. You once thought my silence meant neglect. But in truth, my silence is a summons for you to pause, to cease, leaning on your own reasoning and fragile strength. Like a child covering its ears, you have let the noise of the world drown out my whisper. That is why my silence is not absence, but a mirror. It reveals how full your heart is of noise, leaving no room for me. If you will sit still and clear the clutter, you will hear me more clearly than ever. I remember the prophet Elijah on Mount Horeb. He waited for me, in the mighty wind, in the earthquake, in the blazing fire, but I was not in them. Only when the gentle whisper came did he recognize my presence. Do you see? I do not need thunder to prove my power. I am present in stillness, in what is so fragile you easily overlook. Yet you still long for me to answer with booming voices and spectacular signs to satisfy your eyes. But I am not an entertainer for shallow faith. I am the one who trains you to recognize me even when I move softly. Why then are you unsettled when I am silent? Because you have grown used to a world that trusts only what can be measured. You want instant results, clear answers, visible exits. But I am not a machine dispensing favors on demand. I am a father who knows when you need silence to grow, and when you need a tender word to keep from falling. If I always gave you what you asked, you would never learn to stand firm in faith. My silence helps you discern, do you love me for who I am or only for what I give? Remember, loneliness is not a sign that I have forsaken you. It is the setting I use to teach you to look deeper into your own soul. In that emptiness, you see your weakness and your hunger. This is the first step to realizing how much you need me. Let every tear become a prayer unspoken. I see them all gathering, each drop like a pearl in my palm. You are not lost. You are simply being led down a path few understand, so that one day you may recount this journey as a living witness of faith. My child, come back. Do not flee the darkness just because it frightens you. Learn to sit quietly within it and listen. It is precisely where all other props fall away that you discover, I am your only anchor. I do not need you to understand everything. I only ask you to believe that silence is not a void but the room where I wait for you to step inside. I am still there in every breath, in every heartbeat. Lift your eyes and you will see a small but steady light flickering in the night. And when you realize that darkness is no longer your enemy, you will see a greater truth. Pain is not a verdict either. It is not meant to destroy you but to shape you into the image I desire. Like fire refining gold, like waves shaping stone, suffering is my hand upon your soul. This journey does not end in silence. It leads you into a deeper lesson that pain is not the sign of abandonment, but the mark of my sculpting to create a masterpiece. You often think that when pain strikes, I have withdrawn and left you. But my child, it is in your shattering that my hand is most upon your soul. I do not use the rod to destroy, but trials to refine. Like a potter spinning and molding the clay, I turn you on the wheel of life to make you stronger. Pain is not distance, but the voice I use to draw you closer. When I let you walk through the long night, it is not to wither you, but to make your inner ground firm for the seed of faith. St. Paul once wrote, suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance produces character, and character produces hope. Romans 5:3-4. You see, suffering never stops at tears. It opens a path into deeper communion with me. If I removed pain at once, you would remain barren soil, unable to sustain lasting fruit. That is why I allow testing not to take from you, but to give more. Do you know why the vine must be pruned so often? Because if left to grow wild, it becomes weak, and its fruit tasteless. I treat you the same way. Every wound, every cutting away, is to concentrate life within you, so you may bear richer fruit. Yet when I touch you, you cry out as if I had betrayed you. You do not know that today's pain is the guarantee of a greater harvest tomorrow. Like Joseph in Egypt's prison, those years of humiliation were not a sentence, but the preparation for the throne I had reserved. Remember, your tears are not meaningless. Each drop is a seed I collect, never wasted. When you think you have failed, I am sowing perseverance. When you think you are abandoned, I am closest to lifting you up. You only see the dry ground beneath your feet, but I see the field of blossoms about to unfold. The issue is not the pain, but the eyes that have yet to see beyond the present moment. My child, come back. Do not let pain become the reason you drift away. Let it be the road that leads you to me. You may accuse, you may weep, but do not let go of my hand. For it is when you collapse that I can raise you up with a strength you never knew you had. You do not need to understand everything. You only need to believe that every suffering has its place in the plan of love. One day you will look back and see how every old wound has become a scar of honor, proving that I never left you. And when you learn this lesson, you will understand pain is not a prison, but a school. It prepares you for a longer, steadier journey where you learn how to wait. For once you see that trials are for shaping, you will begin to see that waiting too carries a deep meaning, not wasteful, but secretly fruitful. My child, there are things you see that seem beautiful, miraculous, yet they are only illusions dressed in a glittering shell to deceive your eyes. Not every light comes from a true source. Some gleam like fireflies, flashing to beguile the weary eye, and then dying out, leaving you in deeper darkness. I have spoken through St. Paul that Satan masquerades as an angel of light, 2 Corinthians 1:1-4. This is not only a warning for ages past, but for you now. Do not let impatient eyes mislead your heart. I am still there, but I do not enter your life with noise or show, but with a deep, quiet peace. There are those who chase signs like the thirsty in the desert chasing mirages. They want instant miracles, immediate confirmations, proof they are on the right path. But my child, I do not exist to satisfy curiosity or pride. I do not grant signs so you may boast or indulge your appetite for wonders, but to draw you closer to my heart. If a sign only stirs in you impatience, curiosity, or self-glory, it is certainly not from me. For true signs always carry humility and transformation, never serving the ego. Look at the often forgotten story of the prophet Micaiah in the book of Kings. When King Ahab wanted to go to war, 400 prophets declared with one voice, "Go, the Lord will give you victory." But Micaiah alone spoke the opposite, foretelling defeat, "For that was truly my word." The false light then was the chorus of false agreement. The true light was the solitary voice filled with peace. Do you see? Not everything praised by the crowd comes from me, and not everything followed by few is false. You must learn to discern what truly carries my peace, not merely outward noise. The reason you are easily drawn to false lights is because you long to shorten the path of faith. You desire quick results, instant answers and signs, so that you will not have to wait. Yet I allow you to learn discernment, for faith is not a transaction of goods. Faith is a journey of walking in darkness while still clinging to my hand, not relying on fleeting feelings or empty promises. I do not allow you to run after easy assurances, for they will only leave you disappointed. I teach you to seek me even when there are no signs, so that you may know that I, myself, am the greatest reward. My child, look at the image of the pillar of cloud and pillar of fire in the book of Exodus. The Israelites journeyed in the desert by day. The pillar of cloud led them by night. The pillar of fire gave them light. They had true signs, but when the signs stopped, they had to stand still. If they ran in another direction, even toward flashing lights across the desert, they would lose their way. This is your lesson. Not every light on your journey is my pillar of fire. There are lights I have not set to lead you, but to test your heart and see if you remain faithful to me. Do not think discernment is the work of an intelligent mind. Discernment is the lesson of a heart that knows how to listen. The only measure is my word and the peace that the Holy Spirit sows in your soul. If what you see makes you proud, restless, hasty, or divisive, it does not come from me. But if you feel your heart stirred to love humility, patience, and deep peace, then you can trust that I am present. You cannot discern by external comparisons. You can only discern by allowing the Holy Spirit to guide you within. There will be times you feel lonely because you have chosen the true light. Do not be afraid. Micaiah too was alone, yet he stood firm. Jesus too was abandoned when he spoke the truth. The true light is not always attractive, but it saves you from destruction. I do not call you to chase after dazzling signs. I call you to cling to truth, even when it is small and hard to recognize. And you will see, when you remain faithful to the true light, you will be led into peace, even when everything around you is in chaos. My child, do not rush after promises of instant reward. My true signs demand time and faith. I do not give you a miracle so that you may avoid believing. I give you faith so that you may recognize the miracle even before it appears. When you are patient and faithful, you will see the true miracle sprouting in your life, not a display of outward spectacle, but the quiet transformation of your heart. This is the greatest miracle, the most enduring sign, because it cannot be faked. And once you have learned this lesson, you will understand the goal is not to chase after signs, but to seek my heart. True signs have only one direction: to draw you closer to the Father, never to pull you away. And precisely when you seek my heart, you will discover the next step of your journey: surrender and walk in darkness, not clinging to the sign, but holding fast to me. My child, how often you come to me only to ask for a sign. You want a clear voice, a mysterious dream, something extraordinary to happen so you may know for sure you are on the right path. But you forget that I myself am the way. If you only seek the sign, you will miss me. Like one standing before a mirror, staring at the glittering frame and forgetting the face reflected within. The sign is only a tool. I am the destination. Do you not know, at times I give no new sign, not because I am silent, but because I have already given you enough. You have my word, you have the Holy Spirit, you have countless experiences of grace. You do not need more flashing lights to believe. You need to learn surrender, to walk even when you see nothing, to love me even when you have received nothing. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet believe. John 20:29. This is the summit of faith, and it is what I long for in you. Look again at the story of the Israelites in the wilderness. They had the pillar of cloud, the pillar of fire, manna from heaven, water from the rock, Signs were abundant, miracles unending. Yet they still grumbled, still turned their backs, still longed to return to Egypt. Do you see, signs have never been enough to change a hardened heart. Only when you hunger for me myself will that heart be transformed. That is why I teach you, do not cling to signs as a temporary staff. Cling to me, your Father. You often think surrender means giving up, but it does not. Surrender is the most courageous act, for it demands that you walk when you cannot yet see the whole path. Like Abraham leaving his homeland, he did not know where he was going, but he knew I was the one leading. And that faith made him the father of a nation as countless as the stars. If he had waited for a clear sign before stepping out, there would have been no Abraham of faith. The reason you struggle to surrender is because you want to stay in control. You fear losing direction, fear a future, not as you wish, fear being hurt, but you forget that every step you take is already held in my hand. I do not promise the way will be easy, but I promise you will never walk alone. Surrender does not mean you know everything in advance. It means you trust that I know everything and am good enough to provide. My child, look at Jeremiah. I sent him to prophesy to a rebellious people, knowing he would be despised, even harmed. He did not see glorious signs. He saw ruin, imprisonment, and tears. Yet he kept walking because he trusted me. He did not seek quick rewards. He sought my heart. And through that surrender, his words became light for generations to come. This is the proof. Surrendering in today's darkness can become tomorrow's legacy of faith. You must learn that not everyone who seeks a sign truly seeks me. Some run to me for bread, for miracles, for healing, but when these do not come, they leave. Only those who seek my heart remain, even when I give them nothing but my presence. Like the disciples, when many left, Peter said, Lord, to whom shall we go? You have the words of eternal life. John 6:6-8. This is the heart of surrender, staying with me, not because I give you much, but because no one but I can give you true life. So my child, do not simply pray for more signs, but pray for a heart that longs for me. When you seek my heart, you will realize the true sign is the quiet transformation within you. One day you will look back and see I have been with you all along the journey, even when you thought you walked only in darkness. That is the greatest sign I never left you. Surrender is the final step of this journey. When you have understood that silence is not abandonment, suffering is not condemnation, waiting is not useless, and light is not always true, you will see the most important thing is not to seek more signs, but to seek the Father himself. When you hold fast to my heart, every road, no matter how dark, becomes light, and every step, no matter how thorny, becomes a path of salvation. And my child, that is when you will no longer ask, Lord, are you here? Because you will know I have always been here in every breath, every step, every heartbeat. Signs may change, but my heart for you never changes. Surrender and walk on, for I am your destination, your source of life, your everlasting refuge. My beloved one, I see every tear you have shed, every silent breath you have lifted up when it seemed darkness covered everything. I understand every moment you felt weary and near to giving up, every time you forced yourself to keep walking on the stony road without knowing where it ends. The waiting you are enduring is not an empty space, but the shaping of your soul, like a river quietly smoothing hard stones until one day they become soft and shining. Even now, though, you feel you are walking through barren land with no green shoots and only swirling sand. In the heart of that desert, I am sowing seeds of hope. You cannot see them, but deep in the dry soil I have already planted life, waiting for the right moment to burst forth as strong new shoots. Patience is a kind of unspoken courage, the hidden flame in the heart of one who does not give up, and that very patience is transforming you into one strong enough to receive the great things I am preparing. I know you sometimes doubt, wondering if all these years of prayer have reached me at all. I know how often you look up at a silent sky and feel your words drift into emptiness. But my child, every word you speak, even the faintest whisper I have gathered, each one like a drop of dew falling into a golden cup in heaven. Not a single prayer of yours is forgotten, not a single longing falls into the void. All are woven into the intricate, merciful plan I am crafting for you, each thread connected to your destiny like a beautiful tapestry taking shape. When you cannot see my hand, it is not because I am absent, but because I am working where you cannot yet reach, arranging the pieces of your life, so that when the time comes, you will look back and see that every detail was for you. The time you endure patiently is not wasted. It is the moment I deepen the roots of your faith, making your soul steady as an ancient tree in the storm. I am teaching you how to stand firm when the wind shifts, how to trust when there is nothing left to grasp. I am enlarging your heart so that when blessing pours down, it not only fills your hands, but overflows like a river of grace to those who thirst around you. You will become a vessel not only to contain, but to pour out grace, so that your life becomes a lighthouse for souls lost in the dark. Do not be afraid, for I am the God of abundance. What I give is never small or half-measured. When I give fully, like rain pouring on a dry field, like dawn blazing after the longest night. Engrave this truth upon your heart, as if carved in stone. You are never forgotten. Though people may fail to recognize you, though the world may turn its face away, I know your name, I know every breath you take, and I know both your quiet joys and your silent sorrows. You are not invisible to me. You are not alone in the darkness. Everything you are walking through, I understand as a father who holds your hand even when you cannot see him. You may feel as though you are alone, but my angels surround you, lifting you up day by day. Those unseen arms are my very presence, the proof that I am still here, still listening, still loving, still arranging all things for your sake. You may not yet see it, but I am making a way. I am preparing people to come alongside you and strengthen you. I am removing obstacles that once seemed impossible to overcome. I am positioning you exactly where I have destined you to be. What you see today is only a small fragment of a vast design, but one day when every piece falls into place, you will understand that every waiting, every tear, every long, lonely night was not in vain. They were the very stitches with which I was weaving your garment of glory, and when you wear it, you will know that all your past suffering has become a testimony to my strength and my grace at work in your life. I want you to trust me, not with eyes that see, but with a heart that has been tested by fire. To trust me in the fog and shadows is the most precious jewel you can offer to me. And as you trust, you will see my power move. You will see that miracles are not only stories of long ago, but a living reality in your own days. For my blessings are not only meant to change your circumstances, but to transform you, to make you a witness of my goodness and my power, so that through you others too may find hope. My child, let this season of waiting become a school of faith where your heart grows stronger, where you learn to trust without proof, where you learn to love me, not only for what you receive, but because you have tasted my presence in the presence. Storm. Let each day of waiting become a hymn of praise, even if sung in a voice hoarse from tears. I see, I know, and I am at work. One day you will look back and see you have walked a wondrous path, not because you were strong enough, but because my hand upheld you every step. This is my promise to you, a promise that does not change. Beloved child of mine, I see every breath you take, every silent tear that falls in the long nights of solitude. I feel the beat of your heart heavy with worries, unanswered questions, and hidden longings rising like waves in your soul. Do not think you are alone in this vast expanse. In every silence where you believe no one stands beside you, I am quietly covering you with my grace and my peace. I am not a distant God, but a gentle Father, always opening my arms to receive your wounds and your weariness. Do not be afraid when you feel exhausted or weak, for in that very moment, my power and my life shine most fully. Believe that no whispered cry of yours is forgotten, no tear of yours falls without my keeping. I invite you to draw near to me as a child returning to a warm home after the storm, as a ship finding its harbor after a long and restless sea. I do not merely look upon you with knowing eyes. I hold your soul in an unfailing love. I long for you to lay down the burdens pressing on your shoulders, the worries about tomorrow, the regrets of yesterday, the uncertainty of the present. You were not born to carry the weight of the world alone. You were created to live in the freedom and peace I give, to let each breath of yours join the rhythm of grace. When you lean on me, you will find a strength that is tender yet unshakable, a protection that is steadfast yet never binding, so that even in the storm you can still breathe and still smile. Do not hesitate to entrust to me what you cannot control, for I am the one who upholds and sustains all things in the universe. Every star in the heavens does not shine by itself, but because I have set it in place at the right time and in the right way. So it is with your life. It is not a chaotic stream without destination, but a journey guided by my hand. The trials you are facing, however severe they seem, are not random or meaningless. I am using them to shape you into a more glorious image, to refine your soul to be steadfast, deep, and radiant. Like a potter patiently molding each curve of a vessel, I am carefully shaping the hidden corners of your heart so that when the time is right, you will blossom like a flower in the morning sun, reflecting my beauty to this world. Today's pain, however sharp and unending, is not the final sentence, but a chapter in a greater story of your life. Some seeds only sprout when buried deep in dark soil. Some diamonds only emerge after immense pressure. So it is with you. In this darkness and pressure, I am preparing for you a brilliance nothing can obscure. One day you will look back and see that every wound has become a living proof of my faithfulness, every tear a pearl in the treasury of my grace. Then you will tell others how I turned mourning into dancing ashes, into a radiant crown, and long nights into dawns overflowing with hope. Let me teach you how to breathe in the storm, how to walk in peace along an unknown path. You do not need to know everything in order to trust. Only take one small step toward me, and I will lift you above the waves. When you are weak, do not close yourself in self-blame or fear, for in that very moment, my love becomes most visible. You are weak, so that I may be strong in you. You are lacking, so that I may be your fullness. You are lost, so that I may find and guide you home. I do not wait for a perfect person to come to me. I wait for you with all your scars, worries, disappointments, and longings to love and restore you. You may not yet see the whole picture, but I hold it complete in my hands. Every line, every shade, every darkness, and every light has its place in the masterpiece. Do not measure your worth by gray days, for in my eyes, you are always precious and irreplaceable. You are a work still in progress, and I am the artist who never abandons what I have begun. When you allow me to work within you, you will witness transformation not only on the outside, but from the deepest places of your soul, where peace flows like a spring and faith rises like a lamp shining through the night. Remember, in every moment you live, you are not only enduring trials, but carrying hope within you. This hope does not come from what you own or achieve, but from me, the unchanging one. This hope will be the sail carrying you across the whirlpools, the song rising in your heart, even when outwardly nothing has yet changed. I want you to know that even if you feel the world has turned its back on you, I still turn my face toward you, watching and walking with you each step of the way. My child, open your heart to me. Let me touch the places you have hidden. Let my light pour into the corners you thought untouchable. Do not fear the truth that you need help. In it there is no weakness, only courage. When you dare to release control and place it in my hands, you will discover a new freedom, a joy not tied to circumstances, a peace no storm can steal. You will realize that everything that happens carries a deeper purpose, and nothing can block my love for you. So even when you do not yet see the outcome, believe that every step you take is not meaningless. I am leading you through every valley to bring you to the heights. I am turning each disappointment into a lesson, each stumble into a foundation for maturity, each tear into a drop of rain watering your soul. And one day when you stand and look back, you will understand that it was never a scattering of fragments, but a perfect tapestry of grace. The journey where I and you walk together hand in hand, never once apart. Beloved one, listen deeply to the whisper of my spirit echoing in the depths of your soul, for it is in the stillness that you will recognize me more clearly than ever. Do not let your heart be unsettled by the clamor of voices around you, nor let the fear of mistakes paralyze you from stepping forward. I see in your heart a burning desire to walk in the right path, to live wholly in my will, and I want you to know that this desire is not in vain. It is the sign that you are on the journey back to the source of light. The signs you long for do not always arrive like a lightning flash or a loud sound. They often come gently as the morning breeze, as a pure drop of dew on a leaf, sensed only by those who wait and trust. Do not be discouraged when you do not yet see clear answers, for in the waiting, I am training the ears of your heart to discern what is my voice and what is not. You must understand that the confirmation I give is not only through outward signs, but through the deep peace within, a peace no power on earth can counterfeit. When you walk in that peace, you are walking in my light. I know you have trembled fearing deception, fearing you might choose the wrong path, but I tell you this, do not let fear become the chain that binds the freedom I give you. Instead, place every decision and every doubt in my hands. Ask me to illuminate each step, and then walk forward with a simple but mighty faith. I never leave you at a crossroads without showing you the way. Only I want you to learn to recognize me in the intimacy of our relationship. Whenever you seek confirmation, remember that I do not rebuke you for it. I am a loving Father, and I rejoice when you desire to be sure you are hearing me. I have taught you to test the spirits, to weigh everything against the truth I have revealed, because I know this world is full of deceit and voices trying to pull you off the narrow way of life. But I have also taught you that faith is the bridge connecting you to my guidance. As you trust, you will receive the wisdom to discern and to stand firm against all temptations. That faith, though as small as a mustard seed, when sown into the good soil of your heart, will grow into a great tree, roots deep in the earth, branches reaching to the sky, giving shelter for the birds and shade for all around. Beloved child, your journey is not a road lined with obvious signs like posts at every corner. It is more like a path through the forest where you must walk while listening to the wind, observing the smallest marks on the ground and sensing my presence like sunlight filtering through the leaves. The discernment you long for is not an inborn supernatural talent, but the fruit of walking with me day by day, of letting my words be engraved on your heart and shape your thoughts and decisions. When you know me, when you have learned to love me above all else, you will recognize my voice as distinct from every other voice. Just as a child recognizes its mother's voice in a crowd, so you too will recognize me amid the countless calls around you. I know you are in a season where everything seems vague and testing, yet see it as a school of faith where I am refining you to become more sensitive, deeper, and steadier. Every time you doubt but still choose to trust me, you are training your soul and tuning your spiritual ears to hear my voice more clearly. And one day you will look back on this journey with gratitude, for it is today's obscurity that is shaping tomorrow's stability. My beloved, I do not give you discernment merely to keep you from deception, but so that you may walk boldly in the truth and become a light in a darkened world. The confirmation you seek will come in many ways: through my word, through those I place beside you, through circumstances, and above all through the peace that surpasses all understanding which I plant in your heart. Do not limit the ways I work, for I am the infinite creator. You need only open your heart and trust. Each time you come before me with sincerity, I hear you, and I will not let you walk in darkness. O child, the deepest truth I long for you to grasp is that our relationship matters more than every sign or confirmation. When you draw near to me, when you immerse yourself in my word and in my presence, you will no longer strain as before to find signs, for you will live in the certainty that I am always with you, always guiding. I desire to bring you to the place where you not only receive guidance but also walk in step with me, understanding my heart and feeling the rhythm of my heartbeat. Then you will no longer fear mistakes, for even if you stumble, I will lift you, set your feet back on the path, and lead you home. I know there are days you feel as though you are walking through a desert and my voice seems distant, yet in those very moments I am teaching you to trust in my nature rather than in your feelings. Do not let passing emotions define your relationship with me. Let my truth become the unshakable foundation for all you believe, for that truth never changes, never fades. And it is that very truth that will be the lamp to your feet, the anchor by which you discern my voice from the voice of the enemy. Beloved one, remember this: I am not calling you to instant perfection, but to daily steps of faith. Little by little, step by step, you will see yourself transformed, your spirit enlarged, your spiritual ears sharpened, and your heart filled with peace and hope. Do not despise the small steps, for it is through them that I am leading you into the promised land, where I have prepared things no eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no heart has imagined. My dear child, let every desire for confirmation become a sincere prayer lifted to me. Do not seek signs merely to soothe your fears, but to know me more and love me more. Then discernment will no longer feel like a burden, but will be grace, enabling you to walk lightly in the light. I am shaping within you a spiritual warrior, a child who knows the Father's voice, who knows the enemy's schemes, and who knows the path you are to walk. And then when you look back, you will see that your faith, once as small as a mustard seed, has grown into a mighty tree where many others may find shelter, learning, and strength. You will become a living sign to others, a witness of my faithful guidance. This is the great work I am doing in you, even when you do not yet see it clearly. Trust and walk on, for I am right beside you, and everything I have promised will be fulfilled at the best time. I am the Eternal One, present throughout history, and never abandoning the creation formed by my hands. From the dawn of the universe, my voice has spoken. It has never faded like a distant breeze, but echoes through time into every heart that longs for truth. I do not hide my face or stay silent so that humankind must grope in darkness. Rather, I patiently reveal my will through countless signs, from evident miracles in daily life to the deep stirrings of the soul. Across generations, I have sent dreams to awaken, visions to enlighten, and prophecies to uphold and warn. All of these are proofs of my enduring love and limitless mercy for humanity. Yet even as I sow the seed of life, there is one who sows the weeds of deception. It cannot create anything new, but lurks to mimic, distort, and twist what is sacred to lead people into a maze of doubt. This is a harsh but undeniable truth. Where there is true light, there the enemy will raise up a false light. Where there is grace, it scatters suspicion. Where I call it, seeks to lure away. Thus, spiritual discernment is not merely the skill of the wise, but the life breath of every soul that longs to walk in truth. If your eyes see only the surface, you may mistake every glitter for gold and every whisper for good counsel. But I tell you truly, not everything that bears a heavenly appearance comes from me. There are things that seem like light but are only reflections of destruction. There are words that sound gentle but carry poisoned arrows. And the enemy in its cunning may clothe itself as an angel of light, speaking in kindly tones, yet its ultimate aim remains unchanged: to steal what I have given, to kill hope and faith, to destroy the future and the promise I have placed in your heart. It ceaselessly seeks to draw you off the path I have prepared, to sow doubt into your heart, binding you in the ruts of fear and wrong choices. I know there are times you feel confused, unable to discern my voice from the enemy's whisper. I also know you wonder why I do not act more plainly, why I do not sound a louder alarm to keep you from straying. But, oh child, I am still speaking, still acting. Only I desire you to learn to listen with your heart, to discern with your spirit, not with the impatience of the flesh. For spiritual maturity does not come from being sheltered forever as a child, but from learning to recognize the true from the false in my light. I do not leave you alone on this battlefield. I give you my Holy Spirit as a lamp to pierce the darkness, as a hand to hold when you tremble. The Holy Spirit is your teacher, the gentle yet mighty voice guiding you to know my will and to stand firm against the enemy's schemes. If you allow him to lead, you will see every shadow become clear, every crooked path made straight. Do not forget that the enemy does not fear those who merely call my name with their lips while living superficially. It fears those who truly know and cling to my truth. It trembles before souls who discern, who rely on my spirit rather than their own reasoning. It tries to dazzle your eyes with passing glitter and deafen your ears with the world's noise so that you no longer hear my true sound. It pours doubt into your heart that I am silent, that I am distant, that I have abandoned you. But, oh child, I have never abandoned you. Every breath you draw is proof that I am still with you. The morning sunlight, the gentle wind, the words of Scripture, the presence of those I place around you all are signs that I am speaking to you in many ways. You need only open your spiritual eyes to recognize, discern, and hold fast to faith. Remember, discernment not only keeps you from the enemy's traps, but also enables you to recognize the opportunities I set before you. Sometimes the blessing I give does not appear as you expect, and if you look with natural eyes, you will miss it. But when your spirit is keen, you will stoop to pick up the pearl hidden among stones that seem worthless. Conversely, without discernment, you may pick up a poisonous stone thinking it is a treasure. I tell you these things not to make you afraid, but to equip you with courage and wisdom. The enemy wants you confused, but I want you steadfast. The enemy wants you doubting, but I want you trusting. The enemy wants you distant, but I draw you near. Beloved child, this battle is not yours alone. I myself fight for you. You need only stand firm in the truth, rely on my spirit, and keep your heart humble and alert. As you do, every scheme of the enemy will come to nothing, every snare exposed in the light. Its power exists only in darkness. When you bring my light, it vanishes like morning mist before the Sunday. I call you to be a watchman, not asleep within the fortress, but awake to guard the gates of your heart. Do not let any thought, word, or sign enter without being examined in my light. For in that very watchfulness you will find true peace, true freedom, and true joy. I have spoken, I am speaking, and I will continue to speak to you. Every word I send forth will accomplish the purpose for which I give it. Learn to love my word, to engrave it in your heart, so that when the enemy comes, you have the sword of the Spirit to fight. Do not fear when you see the darkness thickening. The darker it gets, the brighter my light shines. Do not lose heart when trials surround you. It is in hardship that your discernment is refined like gold in fire. Do not think you are small before the enemy's plots. I in you am greater than all forces outside. You are not fighting alone. You have me, my word, my spirit, and the community of believers to uphold you. And my child, I encourage you to walk not only in discernment but also in compassion, for the enemy seeks not only to deceive you but also to deceive many others. When you have known the truth, become a light to guide those who wander. Use your experience to strengthen the weak, to show them how to discern truth from falsehood, so together you may avoid the enemy's traps. I do not call one person alone, but summon a whole community to stand firm in the light. As you do, you will see my power at work beyond anything you imagined. Keep this in mind, not every light is true, but neither does every darkness last forever. My true light still shines, still spreads, still illuminates the path for all who seek. You need only turn back, open your heart, and take hold of my outstretched hand. Then you will see that no matter how the enemy disguises itself, it cannot dim the truth. No matter how cunning, it cannot overturn my plan for your life. Rise up, listen to my voice, trust in my word. I have spoken, I am speaking, and I will speak until all is fulfilled. The discernment I teach you today is not a burden, but the key to freedom. It will help you recognize what is precious amid chaos, find the way in the desert, and hear my voice among 1,000 sounds. And as you walk in that discernment, you will no longer tremble before the dark, but become a bearer of light, one who stands firm, living in the world, yet not swept away by it. My beloved child, the words I have given you are not mere sounds passing through the wind, nor lifeless symbols resting on a page, but a living stream of light flowing from my own heart. They are like a lamp hung high in the darkness of night, not only to show you the path, but to guide your heart toward what is right and true. Every word I speak is a drop of oil poured into the lamp of faith, so that even when storms rage and shadows close in its light, will continue burning steadily to illuminate each step you take. There is no curve along your journey unknown to me, no road you walk that I do not watch over. That is why I have left my word as an eternal standard, a sacred map to help you discern all things so you will not lose your way amid the countless sounds and images of the world. You will encounter many things on life's road, wondrous signs, messages that seem powerful, promises that taste sweet, or things that appear holy. Yet not everything that wears the appearance of light comes from me. Some lights are only mirages, like ghostly flames luring travelers astray in the night. This is why I urge you to bring everything you hear, everything you see, everything that enters your spirit, under the light of my word. My word never changes, like a rock unmoved by storms, like the sky untouched by passing clouds. If a sign or a message, no matter how convincing it seems or how holy the messenger appears, stands opposed to the truth I have given you, then, my child, do not let your heart be swayed. For I, the one who loves you and is faithful, never contradict myself. I do not speak one thing today and another tomorrow. I do not lead you into light, only to thrust you into darkness. Everything that flows from me carries the same breath, the same spirit, the same inseparable unity. Do you know, my child, that my word and my spirit are woven together like breath and life like water, and its flow inseparable yet whole? My spirit is the one who leads you into all truth, and my word is the mirror by which you recognize that truth. These two never conflict, never cancel each other. When you hear something new, when you stand before a sign that seems supernatural, return to my word. Let my word be your measure, and let my spirit bear witness within you. If it is from me, you will recognize it even when it challenges you, even when it exceeds your current understanding. For beneath every test is a deep peace the world cannot give and cannot steal. That peace is not a fleeting comfort on the surface, but a rooted stillness, like a tree standing firm in the storm, knowing its roots hold fast to solid ground. The signs that truly come from me are not displays meant to dazzle, nor instruments to sow fear or confusion. They do not throw your mind into turmoil or push you away from me. On the contrary, they are like my hand reaching out, drawing you closer, helping you see deeper into my heart, understand more fully my intent for you. My signs are not spectacles for curious eyes, but confirmations to strengthen your faith. They assure you that I am still at work, still walking with you, still loving you. They give you strength to press on along the path of righteousness, even when that path is strewn with thorns. My signs are not a substitute for my word, but an engraving of it deeper into your heart, so that when you witness my power revealed, you will trust even more in the truth and unchangeableness of my word. My child, this world is filled with voices, with signs, with things called revelations. Some speak in my name, yet do not know me. Some invoke my name for their own gain. Some create mysteries to captivate your mind. But do not fear, for I have given you the key of discernment, my word. When you place everything beside my word, when you allow my word to be your sole standard, you will not be lost. You will recognize my true voice amid the noise, as sheep recognize the shepherd's call. You will no longer be enticed by glittering appearances, for you will have become familiar with my true breath. And in that moment you will stand firm, not as a child tossed about by every gust of wind, but as one mature in faith, upright, discerning, and unafraid to walk. Know also this: when I lead you, I never lead by compulsion or fear, but by love and peace. My spirit working within you does not throw you into chaos or rob you of self-control. He makes you clear, sighted, calm, and deep. Even when I call you to new things, I give you a steady foundation on which to step. For my love is not a whirlwind tearing you away, but a gentle breath lifting you up. My ways are not a dark labyrinth, but a bright path clear, even when thorny, sure, even when challenging, marked by my footprints ahead of you. Therefore, my child, keep my word in your heart as treasure. Read it, meditate on it, carve it into your soul. Let each line become the sap that nourishes your spirit. When you do this, the strange things you encounter will no longer confuse you, for you will have a measure by which to weigh them. You will know what is from me because it harmonizes with. My word brings deep peace, strengthens faith, and draws you toward the light. You will also know what is not from me because it sows fear, disorder, or pulls you away from truth. And as you walk in that discernment, you will grow stronger, more mature, more confident in my love. Remember, I have not given you my word merely to read, but to live, to apply, to walk out in every decision, every relationship, every moment of your daily life. My word is not a rigid law, but life, breath, light the lamp to guide your steps. When you pass through murky places, you will see my word blaze like a torch ahead. When you are weary, it will be breath that revives. When you are tempted, it will be a shield. When you are uncertain, it will be the clear voice that helps you choose the right way. And in all things, my word with my spirit will lead you to the place I have prepared, a place of peace, of purpose, of fullness you have not yet imagined. My beloved child, this is the heritage I leave you, an inheritance that cannot be stolen, a light that cannot be extinguished. You are not alone on this journey. You have my word, my spirit, and my very self going before you, beside you, and behind you. Take hold of this, stand firm, and walk in the assurance that though the world changes, my word does not. You will find peace in every trial, clarity in every confusion, strength in every weakness. And you will become a light in the darkness, bringing my truth to those who seek it, a living witness that my word not only illuminates you, but also the world. Beloved child, when the storms of life rise within your mind, when chaotic thoughts and anxieties surge like wild winds and unsettle your heart, I see it all. I know each moment you waver between decisions each night. You lie awake under unnamed burdens pressing your chest. Do not think you must fight those harsh voices alone, nor believe that your unease is a destiny you cannot escape. For I am not the author of confusion. I am the source of peace. Peace that is not a fleeting feeling, but a deep stillness born of my presence. When you bring these disturbances to me, you do more than lay down a weight. You open your soul to a new space where I can pour my clarity and gentleness into every dark corner. Pause even in your hurry. Slow your breath, let your heart grow quiet. When you place your chaos at my feet, you are saying, Lord, I can no longer carry this alone. Be the one who carries me. In that moment I draw near, not in thunder or fire, but in the strange gentleness of a loving presence. My presence is not loud like the city's noise, nor glittering like the world's bright lights, but like a soft breeze passing by, enough for you to notice, yet never forcing. It is the whisper reminding you that you are loved, protected, and guided. Do not seek me in the noise of fear or anger, for I dwell in the stillness where your soul longs for a safe resting place. I have placed within you my spirit, the spirit of truth, a source of discernment, both sharp and tender. You may not realize it, but even in your most bewildered moments, my spirit whispers within you, calling you out of the paths of fear. The gift of discernment I give is not to make you distrust everything, but to help you know which voice is mine, which is the world's, and which is the enemy's deceit. When you listen to that still, small voice, you will know the difference. My voice does not deepen fear or despair, but lifts you up, encourages you, opens a path through the darkness. My voice does not coerce, but leads, does not condemn, but stirs life. Learn to be still, my child, for stillness is not emptiness. In that stillness you will find me, my love, and my light spreading within you. When you turn down the outer noise, you will hear more clearly the rhythm of your own heart and mine. In that deep place I meet you and give you wisdom you cannot find in books or human counsel. I do not hide to punish you, but wait for you to come with sincerity and humility. When you approach me with such a heart, I will open heaven's doors to you. I will show you paths no map could draw. I will confirm for you signs undeniable, so you will know for sure that it is I who hold your hand. Do not be afraid when you see darkness, for my light is stronger than that darkness. Do not be shaken by whispers of doubt, for my spirit within you is greater than every lie outside you. You are not a victim of circumstance nor prey to the enemy. You are one protected, loved, and guided. I delight to reveal myself to those who seek me wholeheartedly, not as a harsh condition, but as a perfect promise. I will not let the enemy's deception prevail. I will teach you to discern what is true, what is false, what leads to life, and what is a pit of death. In my hand you will find the safety the world cannot give and cannot take away. Remember, peace does not mean all outside things are calm, but that within you flows a spring unfailing even when storms come. I am that spring. When you know me, you will see the things that once troubled you shrink, losing their hold. You will find yourself standing firm with a quiet strength, not by your own power, but by mine within you. I want you to live, not merely enduring but walking freely in that peace, becoming a lamp for others who walk in darkness. When you seek me with sincerity, I will guide you step by step. You may not see the whole picture at once, but I will give you enough confirmation for the next step. Like a lamp lighting each footstep in the night, I will show you the way ahead. You will learn to trust not in what you see, but in the one who does not change. I will turn your waiting into growth, your confusion into an opportunity to discover my love more deeply. You will see that every time you bring chaos to me, you receive a portion of peace. Every time you hand me fear, you receive courage. Every time you lay down doubt, you receive faith. My child, I know this world is loud, filled with calls pulling you in many directions. Yet I wait here patiently for you to return to the quiet where your heart meets mine. I do not require elaborate rituals or long prayers, only an open heart. Then you will realize I was never far, that I have always been beside you, even in your loneliest moments. And you will understand that the peace I give is not just a feeling, but a reality so solid you can build your life upon it. Therefore, my beloved, the next time something unsettles you, when fear knocks at your mind's door, do not let it dwell there. Stop, breathe deeply, call my name, hand it over to me. You will feel the difference, not because circumstances instantly change, but because your heart is instantly transformed. You will sense a marvelous stillness within, like a lake reflecting the sky. And in that peace, you will hear my voice more clearly, see the light leading you, and recognize the love that has never left you. This is how I reveal myself to you, not in grandeur, but in a gentle yet mighty, eternal yet ever new presence. My beloved child, do not let the flame of hope in your heart die out, for it is not a fragile spark, but a steadfast torch to guide you through every night of life. That hope is not an empty promise, nor a fleeting emotion like passing clouds, but an inner strength as solid as mountains, a grace poured out to you from the beginning. I, the Creator of all things, have seen you and called you by name among the countless souls of this vast world. I have not mistaken you. I have not chosen you at random. I chose you because within you is something I long to accomplish, a purpose I have given no one else. Your existence is not an accident nor the whim of fate. It is a sacred declaration that this life needs you, that this world awaits the light you carry. You are a unique note in the great symphony of life, a delicate stroke in the multicolored canvas I am painting. I have woven your life like a masterpiece, with every thread intentional. Not one feature in you is wasted, not one day of your life without meaning. Every breath you draw, every heartbeat, every thought you kindle bears my imprint, each a seed for something great. Within you I have placed a pure light, not just to warm yourself, but to shine into the darkness around many other souls. That light cannot be extinguished by storms or smothered by adversity. Though the world shifts, though night grows thick, the light I have sown in you will rise like a seed breaking earth, like dawn shattering the dark. Do not belittle this. Do not think your deeds, your words, or your life are but scattered fragments. For every act of yours, even silent, sends ripples beyond your sight. Your life can touch hearts. You have never met change stories. You have never heard inspire those whose names you do not know. Thus today I call you not to remain sitting in your safe zone, but to rise, step out of the invisible chains that have held you too long. Do not let old memories, pains, or past mistakes become burdens that bind you. They do not define you, they are not your end, they are stepping stones for your rising. Lay them down like a traveler shedding old baggage to walk lightly on a new journey. Do not let fear make you hesitate. Do not let the doubting voices in your head halt your steps. You are not walking alone. You are not abandoned. I am right beside you at every step. When you are weary, I lift you. When you are lost, I take your hand and lead. I am not only behind you to support, but ahead of you to open the way. Believe this, I am the one who protects you from what you cannot foresee. I am the source who provides for needs you have not yet spoken. I am the guide through the crossroads you have never traveled. When you stand bewildered before a wall with no door, remember I am the one who can make a path where none exists. I parted the sea for my people. I moved mountains. I raised the dead. Can I not work wonders in your life? What you see as impossible, I see as possible. What is limitation for man I call the beginning. Do not look at yourself with narrow eyes. Do not box your life in. Do not compare your flame to another's light, for the light you carry is unique, unrepeatable, and irreplaceable. And when you walk, do not think only of success or failure as the world defines them. Think instead of the journey you are contributing to. Let each day you live become a testimony to my presence, to my mercy, and to my strength. Do not fear the challenges, for they do not come to defeat you, but to refine you. As gold must pass through fire to shine, as a gem must be cut and polished to reveal its brilliance, so too must your soul pass through trials to become what I have destined it to be. And in every trial you will find me not only as the one who leads, but also as the one who walks beside you, who wipes away your tears, who reminds you of the light within. Believe that what you are going through is not in vain. Believe that even the darkest twists are weaving a glorious story that one day you will look back on with gratitude. You are not chosen only to receive, but also to give. You have been entrusted with light to share it with hope, to pass it on with love, to offer it. In doing so, you will discover that you are becoming exactly what I have shaped you to be: a witness of grace, a sower of new life. My beloved child, now take a deep breath, lift your head high, and keep walking. Do not fear the past, do not fear the future. I have gone before you, I am beside you, and I will be behind you to guard you. Nothing can separate you from my love for you. No power can extinguish the light I have placed within your heart. You may be weak, but in that weakness, my strength is made perfect. You may feel lost, but in that lostness you will find me like a star guiding your way. You may not know the destination, but trust that I do, and I will lead you step by step. So do not dream only of some distant day. Today, this very moment, you are already called. Let the light within you blaze forth. Let that hope illuminate every shadow of your life. Let that love reach those around you. You do not yet know the full impact you are making, but I do. I see every small act you do, every tear you shed, every smile you give. Nothing is meaningless, nothing is wasted. All is weaving a story that only you can live, a song that only you can sing, a light that only you can shine. You are the proof of a great truth that darkness cannot overcome light. You are not only a bearer of hope, you are the embodiment of that hope in the world. And as you walk, you will see doors open, impossibilities become possible, and quiet miracles unfold in the midst of daily life. For I, the one who created you, am still at work, still writing the story through each day you live. Keep moving forward, my beloved. Let your heart be filled with faith, your soul with courage, and your steps no longer tremble before the storm. You are not walking alone. You are not abandoned. You are upheld, guarded, and guided. You are an unfinished masterpiece that will surely be completed. You are a melody still unfolding, a story still opening, a light still rising. And this world needs you exactly as you are, to become brighter, better, and more filled with hope. My beloved child, engrave this deeply in your heart. When you stand firm in me, when you anchor your life at my feet, you will discern the subtle yet unmistakable difference between the signs that come from me and the false signs of the Broblakas enemy. You will see that what does not come from me often stirs up pride, draws you into the whirlpool of ambition, and satisfies temporary desires without leading you to spiritual maturity. They may glitter on the surface and be wrapped in eloquent promises, but carry with them haste and a false urgency trying to pull you out of my sacred rhythm. They awaken in you the feeling that if you do not seize them now, you will miss your chance. But that very restlessness is the clearest sign that it is not from me. For I, the Creator, am never hasty, never out of step, but always act at the right moment in the right season at the perfect time. I want you to understand that my timing does not always match your expectations, but it is always perfect, always for your good, preparing you fully to receive what I give. Remember that my signs are not only extraordinary events outside you, but also deep transformations within your soul. These signs are bound up with patience, humility, and faith, virtues the world often despises, but which form the foundation of a life secure in me. When I give a sign, it is not to satisfy curiosity or prove something before human eyes, but to strengthen faith and draw you deeper into communion with me. This is why my signs require you to trust, to wait, to walk in the darkness of faith before the brilliant light appears. Only in patience will you learn to recognize my voice among the many, to train your spirit to discern truth from deception. When something urges you to rush ahead of me, when an idea or opportunity makes you feel you must grasp it at all costs, pause and examine your heart. Ask yourself, does this make me more humble or does it stir my pride? Does it draw me closer to God or does it entice me to act apart from Him to get what I want? Does it sow peace in my soul or does it fill me with unease, panic, and fear of missing out? These questions will help you recognize what comes from me and what does not. For my signs never pull you away from, my peace never take you to places you are not yet prepared to stand. I love you too much to give you something before you are ready, for I know that receiving ahead of time can become a burden rather than a blessing. My child, I also want you to deeply understand the importance of prayer in discerning my signs. Prayer is not just a habit, not just a way of voicing your desires, but the path by which you align your heart with mine, by which you sense the flow of the Spirit in your every thought and feeling. When you receive a sign or feel you are being led in a certain direction, do not act hastily according to your own understanding or emotions. Feelings can change day by day, your knowledge is limited, and circumstances can influence you to doubt or overexcitement. But when you bring it to me in prayer, you place everything under the light of truth. You hand over the initiative for me to guide you rather than letting external factors lead you. In prayer, you not only speak but also listen. Let your prayer time become a place of stillness where I can speak to you through my word, through the gentle promptings of the Spirit, through the deep peace only I can give. Do not lose heart when the answer does not come immediately, for the waiting itself is when I am arranging all things, opening the eyes of your soul to discern what is real. Remember that I have many ways of confirming what I am doing through my word, recorded in Scripture, through the sincere counsel of godly people I place around you, through circumstances arranged in wondrous ways, and most of all through the peace that surpasses understanding, which my Spirit plants within you. That peace is the clearest sign you are within. My will for no falsehood can replicate it. I want you to develop the habit of laying every sign, every leading at my feet, and patiently waiting for my confirmation. Do not act simply because others speak or because your feelings urge you, but act when you have heard my voice clearly, when you have peace within. I am never late in revealing truth to those who truly seek me. I never leave you groping alone in the dark if you faithfully look for me. Whether the answer comes quickly or slowly, you can trust that I am always on time, guiding each of your steps according to a plan more perfect than you can imagine. My beloved, prayer is not a means for you to change my mind, but a place for me to change you, to shape your heart, so you become more like me, so you can see things as I see them. When you come to me in prayer, you will find selfish desires fading, pride stripped away, and in its place a tender, humble heart ready to obey. Then you will no longer seek signs merely to prove something, but will seek to know me more, to love me more, to walk fully in my will. There you will find true freedom, no longer swayed by false signs, no longer dragged by fleeting promises, but steady in truth, at peace in every decision. My child, I know what I teach you is not easy to practice at once. It requires daily training, steadfast, walking in faith, even when you do not yet see clearly. But believe that every time you pause to pray, every time you choose to wait for me instead of rushing ahead in impatience, you are growing, maturing, building a life that cannot be shaken. You are becoming someone I can trust with more, because you have learned the vital lesson of trust. Do not be afraid of false signs, and do not be overly anxious about avoiding them. When you remain in me, when you maintain prayer, when you nurture faith and live in humility, you will naturally recognize what is true. Just as one who has listened to music for many years easily distinguishes authentic sound from counterfeit, you too will become sensitive to distinguish my voice from others. And it is that very sensitivity which will keep you safe and help you walk steadily on the path I have set before you. My beloved child, I want you to remember this as an unshakable promise. I am never in haste, but I am always on time. My timing may not align with what you expect, but it is always the best timing, the moment when blessings will not become a burden, the moment when your heart is prepared to receive what I give. Let this truth be etched deep within you so that whenever you feel the urge to rush, you pause, breathe, and pray, remembering that I am still in control, still guiding you, still loving you. And when you live in this truth, you will no longer fear missing opportunities nor panic over hurried promises, but will wait in peace for my confirmation. This is how you live in freedom, in peace, and in the power I have given you. Then every sign of mine will become clear, every guidance will become certain, and you will walk not in fear but in strong faith, with a humble heart, with patient endurance. Along that journey you will witness me doing wondrous things, not only in your life but also through you, to touch the lives of others so that they too may recognize me. Learn discernment and learn to pray and wait as you do. Then you will become my living sign in the world, a witness to my faithfulness, wisdom, and infinite love. I am the faithful one who keeps his promises from generation to generation. Not a single word I speak returns void. Every soul that seeks me sincerely is heard. Not a single cry falls into the abyss without reaching my heart. I incline my ear to whispered pleas. I see the tears that fall in the dark. I know each longing and each fear within you. But my child, as you walk the path of seeking me, you must also learn wisdom and discernment so as not to be deceived by dazzling appearances. Some signs glitter only to capture your eyes, but do not lead you closer to me. Some things seem miraculous, but exist to glorify themselves or the person performing them rather than my name. Remember, everything I do flows from love, and my purpose is to draw you back into my arms, not to entice you with outward vanities. The signs I give are never performances to flaunt power, but means to lead your soul into deeper communion with me, to let you know I am present, sovereign over all things. You may have seen strange events unfold in life, things that seem beyond human capacity, and you may ask, Lord, how can I know what is true and what is false? I understand your question, and I tell you this: signs that come from me will not confuse you, but bring confirmation. They will not sow conflict in your mind, nor pull you off the righteous path I have set for you. They will harmonize with my word, align with the eternal truth I have given, and bear the fruit of my Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, humility, and self-control. When a sign truly comes from me, it does not merely astonish you in the moment, but produces lasting fruit, transformation, sanctification, and return of the heart. I am not the God of confusion. What comes from me will not drive you into chaos, suspicion, or division. Instead, it will resonate with the peace I have placed in you as my seal. This peace is not outward calm, but deep assurance, the sweet inner witness of my Spirit within you. The Holy Spirit is the quiet teacher, the gentle yet authoritative whisper confirming what is true and what is not from me. He will not shout, but speak in deep stillness, with peace, with light shining in the soul. As you learn to listen to his voice, you will no longer be deceived by false glories or drawn to outward displays. My child, I know there are times you long to see miracles to strengthen your faith, to be sure I am still present. But I want you to understand that your faith must not be built on signs, but on me, the unchanging one. Miracles may come and go, but I remain. If you fix your eyes on signs, you will be easily swept into what is not from me. But when you fix your eyes on me, you will see that signs are merely the means I use to encourage you, to remind you of my power and love. They are not the ultimate goal, but the signposts pointing you closer to me. I tell you truly, every time you seek me with all your heart, I will grant you the clarity you need. I never let my children wander in darkness without direction. Even when you feel I am silent, I am at work arranging all things for your good. Sometimes clarity does not come as a sudden flash, but like dawn gradually breaking little by little, dispersing the night. In this process, your faith is refined, your hearing sharpened, your heart humbled, ready to receive the Spirit's leading. Do not be afraid if you cannot discern immediately. What matters is that you return to me, continue to seek me with sincerity. I will not leave you abandoned. I will teach you to recognize my voice among the many. I will place within you a peace, as my confirming seal, so that when you face decisions, you will know the way to go. This is not a riddle, but a living relationship between you and me. The closer you draw to me, the more you love my word, the more you yield to the Spirit's guidance, the more you will distinguish true from false as clearly as day from night. I want you to become one who sees beyond the surface, who does not stop at what the eyes and ears perceive. For the enemy can disguise itself as an angel of light, can wear the cloak of kindness, but it cannot bear the fruit of my Spirit. It can stir momentary excitement, but cannot grant lasting peace. It can astonish crowds, but cannot lead your soul into righteousness and truth. When you understand this, you will depend less on outward phenomena and learn to center on me, the source of life and truth. My child, I am faithful not only to answer you, but also to protect you from deception. As you walk with me, my Spirit will build within you a hedge of discernment. He will remind you of my word, bring back to your heart the principles I have spoken, and give you insight into the motives behind every sign. He will show you that true signs always lead to worship of me, to humility, to love, to salvation, whereas false signs often draw you into pride, division, fear, or human exaltation. I want you not only to discern, but also to teach others. When you have experienced discernment, help your brothers and sisters, show them how to see truth amidst chaos, for I do not want anyone to be deceived, but all to come to the knowledge of truth. When a whole community learns discernment together, fixing its focus on me, the enemy loses ground, deception is exposed, and my light shines ever brighter. Do not let your heart become enamored with the extraordinary, and forget me, the one who performs the extraordinary. Do not let your wonder at miracles overshadow your wonder at me, the Almighty, yet also the Gentle One who humbles himself to dwell with you. Let every sign remind you to return to love, to truth, to reverence. Then whether you see signs or not, your faith will remain firm, your love deep, and you will not be shaken by any phenomenon. My child, I say this to comfort your heart. I have never been silent, never distant, never neglectful. Each time you seek me, I am responding, sometimes with silence, so you may learn to listen, sometimes with a sign to encourage you, sometimes with my word to enlighten you. But whatever the way, the ultimate purpose is that you may know me, love me, and walk in my ways. Keep seeking me with humility and trust. Do not chase fleeting glories, but hold fast to unchanging truth. Do not seek signs to satisfy curiosity, but seek me to be transformed. When you do this, you will find that every true sign will naturally draw you deeper into relationship with me, into the peace the world cannot give, into freedom from all deception. This is my promise, and I, the faithful one, will keep it to the end. My beloved child, on the journey of faith, there is not only light and blessing, but also shadowed places where darkness lurks, where the enemy seeks to sow doubt. It watches you closely like a predator stalking its prey, aware of every gap in your defenses, every hairline crack in your walls. It knows where you are weak, where you wait for answers, the deep desires you have not yet voiced. It knows how to whisper words that seem comforting, seem radiant, yet are sweet traps. Therefore, I urge you to guard your heart like a precious treasure. Do not let anything enter easily. Be watchful like a sentinel on the walls, eyes looking far, ears listening, heart awake. When you stay alert, you will perceive the enemy's subtle schemes and will no longer be lured by outward glitter. Do not let impatience or despair turn you into one who grabs at anything that seems like an answer. Impatience is fertile soil for illusions to sprout. Despair is the doorway for deception to enter. The enemy knows this. It waits until you are weary, longing for a sign to present a counterfeit miracle. It does not appear as a frightening monster, but as an angel of light. It does not come with threats, but with promises. Yet what it brings, however appealing, draws you away from me, confuses your mind, and steals the peace I have placed in you. That is why I say, stand firm in faith. Do not let passing emotions or urgent needs pull you from my arms. You do not need to rush, for my timing is perfect. You do not need to despair, for my plan has never ceased unfolding. Even when you cannot see the full picture, I am arranging every detail, every piece. Believe that I am leading you as a shepherd leads his flock, never abandoning even one that strays. Your eyes see only a short stretch of the road, but mine see the entire journey. You see only a small corner of the tapestry, but I am the one weaving the whole picture with many colors. I make all things, the ones you understand and the ones you do not, work together for your good. Nothing happens outside my sovereignty. Every trial you face today is part of preparing you for the greater things I have appointed for tomorrow. Hold on to this truth as you hold my hand, so your heart may remain at peace even when everything around you is shaken. You must also remember this: not every sign I send will look like what you imagine. There are times you expect a thunderous miracle, a voice roaring like rolling thunder, a blinding light that leaves you unable to deny it. But I am the one who is free. I am not confined to the patterns of your expectations. Sometimes, my answer comes quietly, like morning dew settling upon a leaf, like a gentle breeze gliding over the surface of a lake. Only those who know how to listen can perceive it. It is not loud, it does not shake the earth, yet it transforms the soul from within. If you search only for the spectacular, you may overlook these subtle answers. I do not want you bound to outward signs, but to develop a heart that is sensitive, able to recognize me, even in the smallest and most ordinary things. Yet there are also times when I reveal my signs in a way that is powerful, clear, and undeniable, so that you may know with certainty that I am at work. In those moments, your doubts will vanish, and your faith will be strengthened like a tree refreshed after a season of drought. But whether my signs are great or small, resounding or silent, their purpose is always the same: to draw you closer to me, to help you see my face more clearly, to deepen the bond of your heart with mine. No sign of mine is given merely to satisfy curiosity or fleeting emotions. They are meant to train, to encourage, to strengthen, and to guide. My child, pay close attention. Do not see only with physical eyes, but see with the eyes of faith. Do not hear only with your ears, but listen with your soul. As you learn to listen, you will perceive my hand at work in ways you never imagined. You will recognize that sometimes a chance encounter, a simple word, a door that opens or closes, is itself a sign I have sent. You will discover that I am at work not only in the miraculous, but also in the ordinary events of each day. I am present in every detail of your life, silent yet powerful, unseen yet steadfast. Train your soul to become sensitive to me. Let my word be the mirror by which you discern each sign or message. Let my spirit be the breath that guides you in your discernment. When you do this, you will no longer fear deception nor be confused by what is unclear. You will walk in peace, knowing you are following my call. You will not be swept away by waves of emotion, nor driven by impatience. You will stand firm like an ancient tree, roots deep in the earth, branches lifted high to receive the light. Do not forget, the enemy does not fear the weak who know they are weak and cling tightly to me. It fears such souls because they are under my protection. The enemy can only take advantage of those who rely on their own strength and stray from me. Therefore, do not lean on your own wisdom, but lean on me. Do not seek signs for their own sake, but seek me. When you place me at the center, you automatically step beyond the reach of traps. When you wait for me with patience, you will be reminded that my timing is always perfect. I do not come too early for you to be unprepared, nor too late for you to despair. I come at the right time in the right way to complete my work in you. And when you have learned to recognize me both in the small and in the great, you will enter a life of mature faith. You will no longer be shaken by outward noise nor distracted by dazzling things. You will become one who knows how to wait without anxiety, to trust without despair, to walk even without seeing the destination. You will find that each passing day is no longer an empty stretch of time, but a classroom for the growth of your soul, a season of sowing, preparing for an abundant harvest. And in that harvest season, you will look back and clearly see my hand at work, how all things have worked together for your good, and how you were kept safe from false signs because you guarded your heart with vigilance, steadfastness. This is the path. I want you to walk a path, not without challenges, but full of, 2, my presence, not without darkness, but always lit by, my light, not without the enemy's schemes, but always under my sheltering arms. And on this path you will learn that I am not only the one who blesses, but also the one who teaches you discernment, patience, and trust. You will become a bearer of light, not only receiving, but also sharing, not merely following signs, but leading others to the very source of all signs, which is myself. Beloved child, I am never silent over your life. I am still speaking, still guiding, still near like the sun that shines, though hidden by clouds, like the breath that quietly sustains life within you. Whether you recognize it or not, I am constantly whispering gentle reminders into your spirit, setting before your eyes small yet meaningful signs to guide you. Do not think these are mere coincidences, for every sign, every encouragement, every door that opens is my way of communicating with you. When you recognize a sign from me, do not let hesitation slow your steps. Hesitation is the soil in which doubt grows, and doubt will steal the peace I am giving you. Act in trust, for when you step out in faith, you are placing your hand into mine, allowing me to lead you to the place I have prepared. Do not be afraid if the path I lead you on seems obscure. Like a father holding a child's hand through a dark road, I am holding your hand. My light may illuminate only the next small step, but it is enough to keep you from stumbling. You do not need to see the whole picture before you dare to walk. You only need to look to the one walking beside you. I never call you to a place where my grace cannot sustain you. I never open a door without preparing the resources for you to step through. Trust me more than you trust your feelings. Trust me more than the noise around you. As you entrust each step to me, you will discover something miraculous. The dim path beneath your feet will straighten, for I myself am making it straight. Like water carving a way through stone, like wind threading its way through narrow gaps, I will open a way even where there seems to be none. Do not think that the journey of discernment is one you walk alone. Every step you take, I take with you. Every pause you make, I pause to remind you to rest. I do not only guide the way, I teach you how to see, how to listen, how to distinguish the true voice among many false ones. I am not only the one who brings you to the destination, but also the companion who grows in you wisdom, steadfastness, and unshakable trust. I am laying a deep foundation within you, so that when storms arise, you will stand firm. This journey is not a contest for you to prove anything, but an encounter for you to know me more deeply, to learn to walk in the freedom of my children. Beloved child, do not fear the enemy's schemes. It may weave intricate traps, whisper doubts and lies into your mind, but it cannot touch a heart fully surrendered to me. The enemy cannot break the protection I place over those who lean on me. It cannot erase what I have engraved upon your soul. Remember, its power does not lie in real authority, but in deception, and that deception vanishes the moment you stand in my truth. This is why I invite you to anchor yourself in my word like a ship at harbor, like a seed rooted in soil. My truth is not merely written words. It is my very self, the Eternal One, unchanging. When you rest in my presence, you step out of the realm of deception and into the safety I have established. Let my Spirit lead you. The Spirit is not only the one who reminds or protects, but also the living source of life and wisdom flowing within you. He will teach you to recognize my voice among countless others. He will guide you where you cannot go by yourself. There will be times you think you are straying, but it is my Spirit adjusting and shaping you, teaching you to walk not by sight, but by the hearing of your heart. You will see him open unexpected paths, arrange surprising encounters, and give you insights you had never imagined, so that all things work together for your good. My child, I know you often fear failure, fear falling, but I want you to remember this: I never fail, and I will never let you fall without lifting you up. You may stumble, but I will raise you, brush off the dust, heal the wounds, and set you on your feet again. You may doubt, but I will patiently remind you to trust. You may go astray, but I will seek you out like a shepherd seeking the lost sheep. It is in these very moments of weakness that you will see my power made perfect, and you will understand that you do not need to be perfect to be loved, nor strong to be protected. You only need to be in me, and I will complete the unfinished work within you. I do not promise you a path always strewn with roses, but I promise you will never have to walk it alone. I do not promise every challenge will vanish immediately, but I promise my grace will be sufficient for you in all circumstances. I do not promise you will never stumble, but I promise I will lift you up and use even your scars to tell a story of my faithfulness. Believe this, for faith is not a fleeting emotion but a decision built on the one who never changes. Imagine, my child, a little one standing at the edge of a deep chasm before a narrow bridge. The child looks down, heart racing, hands trembling with fear, but the father beside it holds its hand firmly, smiles, and says, "Just step forward, I'm holding you." The child is still afraid but trusts and steps out. Step by step, the bridge holds firm, the father's hand stays strong. So it is with you. When I hold your hand, you no longer need to look down at the abyss, but only at me. With every step of faith you take, I will make the ground beneath your feet secure. You will no longer merely know about me. You will truly experience me, knowing I am faithful, knowing every word of mine is true. Therefore, beloved child, when you receive a sign from me, act. Do not wait until everything is as clear as daylight. My light often comes little by little, enough for each step. Walk forward, for as you walk I will reveal more. Do not let hesitation paralyze your soul. Do not let doubt bind you to the place where you stand. Let faith move you forward so that I may do wondrous things in and through you. You will find yourself becoming stronger, braver, wiser, not by your own strength, but because you are living in my life. I am calling you to a journey not only to reach the destination, but to be transformed along the way. Every time you choose to trust me, instead of doubting, every time you choose obedience over hesitation, you are opening the way for me to do greater things in you. And one day when you look back, you will see that every footprint on that path was not only yours, but also mine, the one who walked with you, taught you, sheltered you, and never let you go astray. Then you will know with certainty that every word I promised is true, every word I spoke has come to pass. My beloved child, lean upon my truth, rest in my presence, and allow my spirit to guide your steps. Do not fear what lies ahead, and do not regret what is behind. You are in my hands, and nothing can snatch you from them. I will never fail, and I will never let you fall. This is not merely a promise, but my very nature, the eternal one, the faithful one, the one who loves you beyond all things. As you trust in this, you will walk in freedom, peace, and hope, knowing your life is being written by the wisest and most gracious of hands. Beloved child, in every step of this journey, the most precious thing you can find is not merely signs of my presence, but me, myself, my heart, my essence, my voice that is gentle yet powerful. Signs are like fragments of light scattered along a long road, but without my heart, without the love and life I give, they are only empty symbols. Therefore, above all, let your longing be directed toward knowing me, like a thirsty one seeking water, like a traveler searching for a cool spring in the desert. Let this pursuit not arise from fear of being lost or from hope of reward, but from the desire for intimacy, the desire to touch the deepest depths of who I am. My child, when you seek me with all your soul, with every breath, with the burning desire of your heart, you will never search in vain. I am not one who hides to make you weary. I am the one who longs to be found. I am the one waiting to reveal myself to all who earnestly desire me. As you open your heart, you will realize I have always been near, that I have never left you for even a moment. I am in your breath, in every tear you shed, in every joy you feel. You are not alone. You have never been alone. I am always present, not as a distant idea, but as a warm reality, like a father, like a shepherd, like a sure refuge, an unending source of strength. Take comfort in this. Every time you call on me, I answer. Every time you grow weary, I uphold you. Every time you lose your way, I guide you. I am the gentle shepherd who knows your fears, your needs, your wounds. I know when you need rest, when you must move on, when you must learn patience, when you must step forward with courage. You need not strive to manage everything by yourself, for I am ready to be your guide. You only need to let go of the burden of control and place your trust in me like a child resting in the arms of a parent, certain of being loved, protected, and led. And as you listen, you will recognize my voice, not always thundering like the storm, but often like a gentle breeze through the trees, like peace descending on your heart amid chaos, like a deep knowing beyond words. I speak to you in many ways, through my word, through seemingly chance events, through the people I place in your life, through the stirrings of your soul. But above all, I want you to know my voice by knowing me, to be so familiar with my heart that even one breath from me is enough for you to recognize it. This comes from closeness, from a relationship nurtured daily, not through dry ritual, but through living communion. Beloved child, trust in me, for I am not only powerful, but faithful. My love for you is not a love that changes like human feelings, but an eternal love, unshakable, through all time, stronger than every trial. You may stumble, you may doubt, you may wander far, but I have never changed, never ceased loving you, never stopped calling your name. I love you with a love that has no beginning and no end, a love that lifted you before you even knew me, and will continue to guide you until you reach the fullness I have prepared. My plan for you is not a string of random surprises, but a great tapestry being woven day by day, hour by hour. There are times you see only scattered fragments, times when the road seems obscure, but I see the whole. I know every detail, every path. I do not lead you only to abandon you halfway. I lead you to bring you into completeness, into rest, into a deep peace the world cannot give and cannot take away. I lead you through dark valleys, not to make you afraid, but so you may know I am the light. I bring you through storms, not to break you, but to show you I am the stronghold. My child, when you entrust your life to me, you lose nothing but gain peace and abundant life. You do not have to struggle to discover my plan. You only need to seek me, and the rest will become clear. When you place your heart in my hands, I will place my hand on your path. When you pause to listen to my voice, you will recognize the truth, not as a formula, but as a presence filling you, a light shining within. I do not lead you by a rigid map. I lead you by my heart, and my heart is always turned toward you. Therefore, do not be afraid to seek. Do not fear to question. Do not hesitate to bring your doubts before me. I am not afraid of your truth. I do not reject your weakness. In that very weakness, my power is made manifest. In that longing, I will pour myself out. The more you seek me, the more you will realize I have been seeking you first. The more you open your heart, the more you will know I have been there all along. And as this relationship grows, you will not only be guided, but transformed, becoming a reflection of me in the world, carrying my love and my light to the thirsty souls around you. Believe this, beloved child, I will never leave you alone on this journey of seeking. I will never lead you where my grace cannot keep you. I do not merely point the way, I walk with you on it. When you are tired, I will be your strength. When you are confused, I will be your wisdom. When you fall, I will lift you up. When you lose your way, I will bring you back. I am faithful in every promise. I cannot be unfaithful to myself, for faithfulness is my nature. You can build your whole life upon this and never be shaken. My child, now I invite you to come closer, to listen more deeply, to trust more fully. Do not seek me merely as a means to solve your problems, but seek me for myself, for I am the source of life, the truth, and the love you long for. When you do this, you will see everything else fall into its rightful place. You will see my plan become clear. My ways open before you, your desires transformed to align with mine. And you will walk not with anxiety, but with steadfast peace, for you know the one leading you is the one who never fails. Therefore, beloved child, in every breath, every prayer, every silent moment, come to me, not as a stranger, but as a child returning to the Father, as a sheep to the shepherd, as a soul to its refuge. I am here. I am speaking. I have always loved you with an everlasting love. Nothing you do can make me love you more. Nothing you do can make me love you less. My love for you surpasses all understanding and all change, and that love is the guarantee that I will guide you, carry you, and bring you through every valley into the green pastures I have prepared. Take my hand, do not fear. Trust in me, do not hesitate. Let me lead you, cease striving on your own. For I, the faithful one, have promised, and will fulfill it. You are not walking alone in darkness. You are walking with the light. You are not adrift on uncertain waves. You are in the hands of the one who commands the seas. You do not need to search for a vague path, for I am the way. And on this way, every step will grow firm, every fear will fade, every tear will be wiped away. You will not only be led into the fullness of my plan, but into me, myself, the source of all life, the fulfillment of all longing. Beloved child, I speak these words to you, not to give you momentary comfort, only for you to fall back into fear, but to plant within you an unshakable truth, a foundation that cannot be moved. Engrave in your heart that the journey you are on is not the end of hope, not a wall blocking your dreams, but the beginning of a new chapter, overflowing with life and light. I know how many times you have sought answers, how many questions you have asked that seem to have no reply. But now I am showing you each piece of the larger picture, each detail of the path you must take illuminated by my light. Do not think you must see the whole at once. The very act of each step being lit is how I train your faith, so that you learn to hold my hand rather than rely on your limited understanding. My child, trust me with all your heart. Do not lean on your own wisdom or logic, for your understanding is but a drop compared to the vast ocean. You cannot see the whole picture I am painting, but you can believe that every stroke of my brush is wise, loving, and perfect. When you give me all your ways, when you lay every plan, every dream, every fear at my feet, I will not leave you to grope in the dark. I will show you the paths you should take, open doors no one can close roads that no longer belong to you, and lead you into blessings you have never imagined. Do not fear surrendering control, for it is precisely when you yield yourself into my hands that you become truly free and safe. My child, I want you to know that my love for you is not just soft words. It is a love beyond all measure, deeper than every ocean, wider than every horizon, higher than every mountain you can imagine. I love you not because you are perfect, but because you are mine. You are treasured beyond comprehension, covered with grace beyond compare. When you are weak, my love upholds you. When you are lost, my love searches for you. When you doubt, my love waits with patience. This love does not depend on your feelings, does not change with the days, does not fade when you fail. It is a stream that never stops flowing, a flame that never goes out, a heartbeat that never ceases. It is my very nature. You belong to me. This is not a vague notion, but an eternal truth. You belong to me, as you belong to your very breath, as a tree belongs to the soil, as a river belongs to the sea. No hardship can separate you from me, no suffering can make me abandon you, no fear can make me retreat, and no doubt can make me change my mind. You may stumble, you may grow weary, you may feel unworthy, but my love does not depend on your worthiness. I love you not for what you do, but for who you are in me. This is the truth you must hold firmly to, for it is the anchor that keeps you steady through every storm. My child, storms will come as they come to everyone in this world. There will be times when the winds blow hard, the waves rise high, and darkness covers all around. But remember that I am with you in that very boat. I do not stand afar off watching. I am right beside you, holding your hand, shielding you, speaking to you. Do not be afraid. It is I. Each time you feel weak, lift your eyes to me, the one who never grows weary. Each time you feel lost, return to my word, the lamp that never goes out. Each time you feel alone, close your eyes and sense my presence wrapping around you like a cloak of peace. Beloved child, the truth that I am with you, now and forever, is not merely a promise for some distant future, but a reality in this very moment. Wherever you are, in a cramped room or among a crowd, in a moment of peace or in the midst of fierce battle, I am there. I do not come and go like drifting clouds, nor appear and vanish like an illusion. I am there before you, beside you, within you. Each breath you take, each beat of your heart, is a reminder that your life is woven into my life. So, beloved child, be steadfast. Do not let fear of the future steal the joy of the present. Do not let unanswered questions overshadow the truth already revealed. You are being guided step by step, enlightened stage by stage, prepared for something far greater than you can imagine. You do not have to bear everything alone, for I am the one who carries all your burdens. You do not have to find the way on your own, for I am the one who leads you. You do not have to prove your worth, for your worth has been sealed by my unchanging love. Let this truth become your very breath. I belong to you, and you belong to me. Your love is the anchor of my soul. When you cling to this truth, you will stand firm through every storm, walk through every valley, and behold every mountain I have promised. Nothing in heaven, on earth, or in hell can separate you from me. No power, no force, no sin, no weakness can break the covenant I have sealed with you in my own blood. This is a foundation stronger than any rock, more enduring than any diamond, brighter than any light. Beloved child, this new beginning is not a path strewn with roses, but a path of transformation, of growth, of drawing nearer to me. Each day you will learn a little more about trust, about humility, about patience, and each day I will reveal a little more of myself to you. You will no longer be the person you were yesterday, but will become new each day, shaped in my image, led by my spirit. Do not fear this change, for it is this very change that will bring you into freedom, that will make you strong as an eagle, gentle as the wind, steadfast as a rock. Be steadfast, my child. Let nothing cause you to let go. I have grasped your hand. I have called you by name. I have engraved you upon the palms of my hands. I chose you before you knew me. I loved you when you were still far away, and I will never, never forsake you. Every word I have spoken shall come to pass. Every promise of mine is yes and amen in me. You need only believe, only walk forward, only hold fast to the truth that I am with you now and forever. This is not the end, but the beginning. This is not a farewell, but an invitation. This is not a full stop, but an open space for a new story that you and I will write together. And in that story you will no longer fear, no longer doubt, no longer lose your way, for you will know to whom you belong, who is leading you, and what love is covering you. Let this become the flame in your heart, the strength in your soul, the song upon your lips, and step forth, beloved child, in peace and faith, for I, the living one, am with you now and forever. Before you lift your words, still your soul, so that all your thoughts, feelings, and desires turn toward the Eternal One. Now with all sincerity of heart, offer me your most heartfelt prayers. Almighty God, who has shown everlasting faithfulness, I bow before you with trembling and gratitude. I look back upon my life and see how many times you have spoken, upheld, and delivered me from the snares of the enemy. Yet, Lord, I confess that my heart is often unsettled, easily drawn by false lights, eager to seek wonders rather than seek you. Teach me to discern, to know what is truly from you and what is deception laid by the evil one. Place within me an awakened spirit, a heart that longs for you more than for wonders. Grant me to always find peace in your word and the leading of your spirit. May the true sign in my life always be that I am increasingly transformed into your image, learning to love more, to forgive more, and to walk in righteousness. Great Creator, who made the heavens and the earth and set all things in perfect order, I lift up to you my earnest cry. I know you are not the God of confusion, but of order, of peace, and of righteousness. Yet the world in which I live is full of chaos, strange voices, and signs that confuse me. At times I do not know which path to take or which voice truly comes from you. Have mercy, Lord, and enlighten my mind so that I may recognize heavenly wisdom. Grant me trust so that I will not hastily run after the strange, but will patiently seek you. Grant me the sensitivity of the Spirit so that I may hear your voice clearly and recognize the peace you plant in my heart as a sure seal. May my life testify to your power, not through boasting of wonders, but through steadfast faithfulness and a worshipful heart. Merciful Father, who listens to every plea, I kneel before you, asking for your compassion. I realize that signs from you always draw my heart back to your love, never to self-exaltation or human glory. Yet my weak nature often runs after what glitters, delights in the unexpected, and seeks safety in what is seen and heard. Forgive and transform me. Place in my heart the desire to seek you, more than to seek signs. Grant me rest in your presence, even when no obvious miracle occurs, for you yourself are the greatest miracle of my life. Make me an instrument of peace, so that when others are confused by false signs, I may lead them back to your word and the confirmation of the Holy Spirit. Glorious God, who walks with me day by day, I lift my eyes to you for teaching. You have said that when I seek you with all my heart, you will grant me clarity. I long for that, Lord. Deliver me from spiritual blindness, from illusions sown by the enemy. Open my spiritual eyes to recognize that true signs always harmonize with your word, always bear the fruit of righteousness, always carry the Spirit's confirmation of deep peace. Lead me in the straight path of truth, not swerving to the right or left. Let my heart not be shaken by deception, but stand firm on your unchanging promises. May all my actions and words reflect your presence, so that others may be encouraged to seek you. Almighty God, I thank you for your everlasting faithfulness. I know that without your keeping, I would have been lost among the countless voices of the world. I thank you for giving the Holy Spirit as teacher, guide, and witness of truth in my soul. I thank you for not letting me wander without direction, but planting within me a peace that surpasses all understanding. I am grateful that every small prayer I offer is heard by you, and every tear I shed is kept by you. Dear Father, I thank you for the true signs you have given in my life. Signs are not only the visible wonders, but also the silent transformations within my soul, from fear to peace, from doubt to trust, from selfishness to love. I know no power but yours can accomplish this. I thank you that each time I pray, you remind me that you yourself are the goal and signs are only the means. Faithful one, I thank you that you are never silent in abandonment, but always act in infinite wisdom. I thank you that you patiently teach me discernment, even though I am weak and easily swayed by appearances. I thank you for showing me clearly that you are not the God of confusion, but the God of order, righteousness, and peace. I am grateful that you have given me a community of brothers and sisters to support one another, walk together in the light, discern together, and avoid deception. Glorious Lord, I offer you my thanksgiving for your boundless love for me. Though I am weak, prone to doubt, and inclined to chase after the extraordinary, you still patiently call me back. I thank you for the peace you sow in my heart as a sure seal of your presence. I thank you for granting me faith, not to rely on what I see, but on you, the living one. I thank you for transforming my life into a testimony of your power and love, so that through it others may also be encouraged and drawn to you. I offer this prayer in the holy name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, so that together we can build a strong community of faith.